A normal day turns into a nightmare when Jackie loses his daughter in a devastating explosion. The police are searching for answers, but Jackie isn't waiting, he's hunting. What they don't know is that this quiet man isn't just a grieving father. He's someone with a past far more dangerous than they could ever imagine. And once he starts, nothing will stop him until he finds the truth. The story opens with Wang Min, a retired special operations soldier, picking up his daughter Fan from school. She's excited to buy her prom dress and urges him to hurry downtown. After dropping her off, Wang looks for parking but accidentally bumps another car. Before he can apologize, a powerful explosion rips through the street, shattering glass and flipping cars. Dazed and bleeding, Wang gets up and races toward the destroyed store to find Fan. Elsewhere, reporter Ian receives a call from a group calling themselves the Authentic IRA, claiming responsibility for the bombing under the codename Phoenix. They warn that banks will be next if Britain doesn't withdraw from Ireland. Ian reports to his editor, who fears for the peace process and orders a full investigation. At the bombing site, Ian photographs the wreckage and sees Wang holding Fan's lifeless body in tears. In a hotel room, members of the Authentic IRA hide out. The bomber nervously wonders how many were killed, while the leader warns them to stay low, as police are after every Irish suspect. We then meet Liam Hennessy, the Deputy Minister for Northern Ireland and a former IRA leader. He's with his mistress when he hears about the bombing. His wife, Mary, calls to ask why he didn't come home, and he lies, saying he's working late. Later, Liam speaks to Kate, a British minister, who demands he help stop the bombings. Liam agrees but insists she pardon 40 Irishmen, including his cousin, to calm tensions. She says she'll consider it. At home, Wang sits in Fan's room, staring at her belongings and clutching her teddy bear in silence. Two detectives from Scotland Yard visit Wang's restaurant to confirm a purse found near Fan's body. Wang ignores the questions and demands to know who killed her. They promise justice and leave. Liam meets with his old IRA contacts, furious about the bombing and the stolen code word only known to top members. He suspects a mole and orders a full sweep. At Scotland Yard, Commander Bromley learns Wang has come again. He meets him, assuring they'll find the killers, but Wang offers £20,000 for any name. Bromley refuses, warning him to stay away. During their talk, Bromley learns Wang's wife and 3 daughters are all gone. He urges him to stop interfering, saying his visits waste resources. 3 weeks later, with no leads, Wang watches Liam on TV discussing the IRA and becomes obsessed. He calls Liam's office, waits 30 minutes, and demands answers. Liam denies involvement and hangs up. Furious, Wang burns photos and newspaper clippings in his house. His friend Lam rushes in, trying to stop him. He tells her he's failed his family and hands her ownership of the restaurant. When Lam decides to stay the night, Wang disappears by morning. He loads supplies into a van, disguises it as a cleaning vehicle, and leaves. Lam runs out to stop him, but he pushes her away and drives off, taking a ferry to Northern Ireland. At Liam's office, Wang arrives with a small bag, asking to see the minister. Security tries to remove him until Liam intervenes. Wang pleads for his help, but Liam claims his IRA days are over. Wang warns him he'll change his mind soon and leaves. In the restroom, he builds a bomb from simple supplies and plants it. Moments later, an explosion rocks the building. When questioned, Liam denies knowing who's behind it. Soon after, Wang calls his office, demanding the bombers' names. When Liam threatens him, Wang hangs up. Liam orders his men to hunt Wang down. Meanwhile, Wang builds more explosives in his hideout. Later, one of Liam's drivers finds a wire on the minister's car, but discovers it's only a note that reads, "Names." Liam gets a call. His men have tracked Wang's location. He orders them to discourage him from returning. They storm his room, but Wang locks the door, escapes through the attic, and fights them off. Outnumbered, he defeats them all and leaps through a window to safety. Back at headquarters, Liam can't believe an old man overpowered his team. Liam's nephew Sean arrives, and Liam sends him to London to meet with Bromley, arranging cooperation to find the real bombers. Wang ambushes one of Liam's guards, steals his van, and follows Liam, photographing him meeting his mistress. Moments later, Liam gets a message showing the photo and a demand for the names. Sean meets Bromley and assures him Liam's faction isn't responsible. They agree to assign separate code words to each leader to identify the traitors. Liam retreats to his hidden compound, the farm, where his men report finding traces of explosives in Wang's room. In the woods, Wang repaints his van, hides it, and sneaks toward the farm. Moving quietly, he plants bombs around a shed. A guard notices the open door, investigates, and is knocked out by Wang. Another follows and meets the same fate. Wang ties them up and slips away as the bombs detonate, sending chaos through the compound. Realizing he underestimated Wang, Liam orders more men brought in. He rushes home, telling Mary everything is under control, but she's done believing him. She declares she's leaving, reminding him that Wang's revenge is meant for him alone. The authentic IRA prepares another bomb when they receive word that their code word has been changed. Back at the farm, Liam argues with his wife Mary, who's packing to leave, when a sudden explosion rocks the property. They rush outside to find an overturned car. Someone planted a bomb in their driveway. Liam's men sweep the nearby woods for Juan, their prime suspect. One trips a wire, triggering an ambush. In camouflage, Juan attacks but is wounded in the shoulder by Jim, Liam's head of security. He escapes deeper into the woods before passing out. Furious, Liam takes Jim's advice to call in Sean, his nephew, and a former Royal Irish Regiment soldier. Meanwhile, in a London hotel, Mary is secretly with Sean, revealing why she wanted to leave Liam. They're having an affair. Just as they begin to kiss, Sean gets a call from Liam, ordering him to return and help track Juan. Mary tries to turn him against Liam, saying Sean deserves to lead. Her anger runs deep. Her brother was killed years ago by a hit squad, and she's never forgiven Liam for refusing to avenge him. In the woods, Juan treats his wound with a heated knife and passes out from pain, haunted by memories of losing his family while fleeing China years ago. At home, Liam receives a top-secret file revealing Juan's elite military background and lethal skills. Soon, McGrath, one of Liam's former IRA commanders, arrives and demands to know why his old weapon caches in London are being searched. Liam reveals the explosive used in the bombings came from one of McGrath's dumps. McGrath denies involvement, claiming all materials were secure. Then McGrath tries convincing Liam to let the bombings continue, but Liam admits he secretly approved the attacks, only against financial targets, not civilians. McGrath explodes in anger, accusing Liam of betraying the IRA cause for political power. Before leaving, he warns Liam not to cross him, but Liam fires back, threatening to come for him if the bombers aren't caught. Moments later, Liam discovers his dog is unconscious and his gun missing. Juan steps out, holding him at gunpoint while strapped with a bomb. He demands the bombers' names. Liam insists he doesn't know, but explains the plan to catch them using the new code word. Juan gives him 24 hours to deliver answers and vanishes. In London, Commander Bromley reviews footage and spots a man with a burn on his hand, one of the bombers. He orders his team to find him. Meanwhile, Liam's mistress meets a biker moments before another bomb explodes on a crowded bus. Sean returns to the farm, determined to handle Juan himself. Liam receives 2 calls, first from Bromley, who reveals the bombers never used a code word and accuses Liam of lying, and then from Kate, who says he'll get the Irish pardons only if he hands over the bombers. Things worsen when one of his men reports that Sean is having an affair with Mary. Meanwhile, Bromley's team identifies the bomber and records footage of him meeting McGrath. Bromley confronts Liam, who denies knowing anything, but a drone reveals McGrath approaching Liam's property. Bromley warns him, either cooperate and hand over the names or be exposed. Liam storms into his office, pointing a gun at McGrath. Enraged over the civilian deaths, he demands names. McGrath refuses until Liam shoots him in the leg. In pain, McGrath confesses, revealing Liam's mistress is part of the bombers. Shocked, Liam kills him, knowing her capture could expose him. He reluctantly gives Bromley the bombers' details. Meanwhile, the reporter Ian is with Liam's mistress at home. When he leaves the room, she replaces his laptop battery with a bomb. In the woods, Sean tracks Juan to a hut but is ambushed. The two engage in a brutal knife fight until Juan overpowers him. When Sean nearly impales himself on a spike, Juan saves him. Later, tied up, Sean confesses the names and location of the bombers, including the one with a scarred hand who killed Juan's daughter. Juan asks about his family before setting him free. Sean returns to the farm and finds McGrath dead. Sitting with Liam, he denies involvement until Liam confronts him about the affair. He then tells Sean that Mary betrayed them both by feeding secrets to McGrath. Liam gives him one final mission and orders him to leave the country afterward. Bromley and his men surround the bomber's hideout, ready to strike. Juan sneaks in disguised as a maintenance worker. Once inside, he identifies the man with the burned hand.
Would you mind putting your bag on the table?
When the bombers notice his weapon, a fierce shootout erupts. Juan kills 2, loses his gun, and beats another to death with a TV before strangling the last with a towel. As police storm the room, Juan disappears. They capture Liam's mistress and torture her until she reveals the next target, a bomb hidden inside a laptop.
Is there any wood here? Here.
Rushing to the airport, officers grab the device and throw it into an empty tunnel just before it detonates. Later, Bromley learns the Chinaman was responsible for stopping the attack, but issues a warrant for his arrest. Kate calls Liam, revealing she knows about his mistress and had her eliminated. She admits she's keeping his secrets to control him. At home, Mary answers the door. Sean shoots her dead. When Liam returns, he finds Juan waiting. Juan reveals he knows everything about the mistress, the cover-ups, and Liam's role in the bombing. He forces Liam to send out a photo exposing him as a terrorist before disappearing. Back in London, Lamb spots Juan quietly working at his restaurant. She runs to him, hugs him tight, and he breaks down in tears. Bromley gets word of his return, but chooses not to act, saying,
I believe we owe this chap something. Keep back for now.
The end. If you enjoyed this amazing video, kindly like, subscribe, and comment. It really took a lot of effort to make this video for you, and I'd truly appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.